welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Rach from Beauty with Rach, and today my video is going to be on my favourite fanfics. I do read quite a lot of fanfics. For those of you who don't know what fanfics are fantasy stories about your favourite celebrity, your favourite band, whatever, something like that. I love fanfics, like I actually love them. I think they're amazing. So I'm really excited to do this video because it's something different, something new, and something a little bit personal to me. I mean, it's really different from my usual beauty channel, but I just want to go through the other side of me, which is obsessing over celebrities. I read my fanfics on Wattpad. I don't really use any other sites or anything like that, but if there's any other sites that people use, definitely put them in the comments because I will be happy to check them out. So I use Wattpad. I read it on my phone. You can do it on the computer. You can even get an account and start writing your own stories. This is what my library looks like. If you just go down. It's just quite a few fanfics. I mainly read lesbian fanfic. I love Neymar ones as well, and I like, it's really hard, like, because some of the One Direction ones I read I like, but then some of them I don't like because they're all involved, like I don't enjoy that. So I mainly read One Direction preferences and then more Zayn Malik fanfics. I can't really put my favourite fanfics in order because it's so hard, so I'm just gonna go through some of the ones I really liked. I think I'll do 3 fanfics of each fanfics that I read. I don't know which ones to start. I'll start with the Jessie ones because I haven't read the Jessie ones in so long. So I really like My Shadow by Emma Jarrett. I haven't actually finished it yet, but I really like it. It's so good. Okay, this is the story info. So it says, I love this fanfic. I wish I could vote more times. I get way too into some of these scenes. So do I. So realistic. I love how I can visualize everything that happens. True writer. This fanfic is totally fiction and made purely because I'm a fan of Jessie J and like to write. So Chloe and Jessie are engaged. I can't actually remember how they met because literally I'm on chapter, what chapter am I on? I'm on chapter 49, so I can't even remember how they met, but it's Chloe and Jess, they're together and it's just like their life together and it's really cute and I love it. Another Jessie fanfic that I read that I love, this one, it's called I Will Wait. It's that one in the middle there, I Will Wait. Okay, this one I love it. I think it's so cute. I just love it. I haven't finished this one either. In the story info it says, a Jessie J lesbian fanfic. Emma is a 14-year-old girl who is at a hard moment in her life. When she tweets Jessie J, her idol, will her life be turned around? Will she be able to tell the girl she loves how she feels, or will she keep pushing it to the back of her mind before it's too late? This one's so good, like, because they can't be together but they both want to be together and it's just really cute. So yeah, definitely read that one. Okay, this is a different one called Give Me Love. The story info is, Jessie hasn't had an easy life due to her fame and not meeting the right person. Max hasn't because of sexuality. It seems to scare people away. All they want is love, but will they be able to win the war and learn to love? So yeah, I really like this one as well. I mean, a lot of my fanfics are just being fanfics, like I don't read the other ones. I don't even know if there are other ones. Now on to I think I'll do my Neymar ones now. I loved, like, honestly I loved, I thought it was amazing. Opposites Do Attract is one of the best Neymar fanfics I've ever read. That's the picture for it. Story info is, Katrina is a girl from Toronto, Canada. She is just an average law student who gets straight A's, hates sports and cares about her appearance. What happens when her friend finds her a job? Where? At the FIFA World Cup. She had to work with one team, Brazil. What happens when one special guy finds a certain interest in her and she doesn't like him? She doesn't go for sporty guys. She doesn't even know anything about sports. Maybe one encounter could change it all. After all, opposites do attract, right? This, I can't express how good this fanfic was. Like, it was amazing. So she goes to Brazil, meets Neymar, and Neymar's like, oh, I like you, and then she's like, oh no, I don't like you, and then he's like, oh, but I like you, come on, and then he's like, I'm cool, look at me, I'm a football player, and then she's like, oh my god, I like you, And yeah, that's like the basis of the story, but it's really cute, like all the drama bits and who else gets involved, because all the other football players are there, so people like Oscar, people like David Louise. So that is a really good fanfic I've read. I think it was one of the best Neymar fanfics I've read. Like, I love it. I think it's amazing. The other fanfic I love is Just Be Mine. This one actually has a sequel called Find Our Love, but I love this first one. I'll read the story info for you. Isabel is the little sister of Marc Bartra, who's a football player on FC Barcelona, the defender of Barcelona, as I just said. She was known for her good skills in her games, but one little accident ended it all. She is now a famous model with her best friend. She swore to herself she would never play another game again, but can a certain player change her mind? And she meets Neymar and then they get together, and this story has so many twists, it will like bug you. Like, I don't want to give away too much, but this story has a lot of twists. Like, it's not like they just get together and they live happily. No, like, it's like she doesn't only end up with him, so there's so many like, oh no, why's that happening, and stuff like that. This last one is amazing. Like, I love it. It's called The Other Half. So this is the description for The Other Half. We all fall in love. Sometimes we fall foolishly and completely that we won't be able to let go of that special person. Ella and Neymar were what you call the perfect couple. There is nothing known as perfect. Her life gets flipped upside down the moment he steps in, but then he breaks her apart and smashes her heart into pieces. Could Ella forgive him for what he did? So basically, Ella was with Neymar when they were like kids or something, like teenagers, and then he breaks her heart, and then she's had a baby, but it's his baby, and then he comes back into her life, but it's like, oh, how's she gonna react, what happens into it, like, is he changed and stuff like that. So good, so good. I love it. I love this one so much. Like, she hasn't updated yet, so like, because I've read it all up to where you can read it to, so she hasn't updated yet, but when she updates I'll definitely read it. So now my Zayn fanfics. Okay, this is a really good one. It's called Words Hurt 2, and it's a Zayn Malik fanfic. So the story info is, Marley has been bullied as far back as her mind can remember. After being invited to a party by the popular girls, she thinks her luck has turned. The girls devise a plan to embarrass her even more. She can't take it anymore. She storms out the room to the balcony. She climbs onto the edge, 14 stories up. She tells the world one last goodbye. She lets herself go, but doesn't fall. Someone caught her. Zayn Malik of One Direction. I can't even explain how good this fanfic is. Like, this next fanfic is called Changes, and it's another Zayn Malik fanfic, and I'll just read the story info. When pregnant teenager Eve moves in with her cousin Liam, she moves in with 4 of his bandmates as well. Her whole world turns upside down when she begins to fall for Zayn, the sweet, caring and sexy boy who will do anything to make her comfortable. As he falls for her too, will he admit it, or let Liam's protective side stop him? This fanfic's finished. Like, I finished it and it was amazing. So good. Basically, like, this girl comes in, meets Zayn, who's like falls in love with her, and then she falls in love with Zayn, but they sort of stop because Liam's her cousin and they can't really get together. Yeah, it's just like, what happens then? How does he help her? How does it end? So good. I love it. Absolutely love this one. I loved all of them. My last Zayn Malik fanfic is called He's No Good. That's the picture. And the story info. 17-year-old Zoe Frey has just moved to Bradford when she meets Zayn Malik, a guy from her neighbourhood who's got the looks of a Calvin Klein model and an arrogant yet alluring bad boy attitude. For some reason, Zoe quickly catches Zayn's eye. and when he starts using his irresistible charm and his cheeky smirks on her, Zoe's new friends tell her to stay away from him, saying he has got a bad reputation. Can Zoe put up with Zayn's bad sides and trust him, or is he really nothing but trouble? Basically, this girl, she moves to Bradford, sees Zayn, is like, oh wow, so good looking. Zayn Malik likes her, but all her friends are like stopping her. You know those friends that get in the way of them trying to have a relationship? So yeah, that's like the barrier in the story, and I love it. It's so good. I haven't finished it yet, and it's just been updated, so I'll definitely be reading that soon. I just want to talk a little bit about preferences. I love them because you can choose which situation you want to go into. It doesn't make sense to people, but I'll show you what I mean. I'll just show you some of the situations. So there's like lazy mornings, you get a new piercing, you dye your hair, like, so what happens in those situations. So I'll read one of my favourite like situation to read in the preferences. This one is what he does on the first date. There's one for Harry, there's one for Niall, there's one for Liam, so you don't have to read them all if you don't want to, which is really good, because say if you just really like Zayn, you could just go to Zayn's bit, or if you just only like Harry, you just want to read Harry's bit, you can read Harry's bit, so it doesn't force you to read everything about them. So I usually go to Zayn's bit, and this is what it says. He took you for a meal on a boat even though you had a fear of them. Zayn kept you safe. It was all very fancy, and in the middle of dinner he asked you to dance when the slow music came on. Even though you knew he couldn't dance, he surprised you when he pulled it off. That was one of the best dates ever. So as you can see, it's just like a situation, like, and what he did in the situation, and what Niall does in the situation is different to what Zayn does in the situation. So it is so good. They're like short little snippet fanfics. I love it, absolutely love it. So yeah guys, that is my favourite fanfic video. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found some new fanfics that you wouldn't mind reading, and if you have any fanfics that I should read, let me know in the comments, because I want to read more. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe below for more videos like this. Bye.